Howdy folks, I'm Brian.
I'm Amber.
And here's some Reddit. So our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for hiding embarrassing notes in my house as a joke because I know my fiance's mom snoops? I bought a house 7 years ago and I met my fiance, Al, 4 years ago. This year he moved in. We're talking about making it a home for both of us. But as of now, he hasn't moved much stuff in. Right now, 95% of the stuff and furniture in the house is mine. When his mom comes over, she kind of is a snoop. He was kind of used to that, but when she comes over to our house, it's so uncomfortable because she's just going through my stuff. When I'm bothered, she's like, I'm just helping with chores, etc. He says I should just let her because it's a lot of nervous energy. One thing she snooped on was actually embarrassing. In my home office, I have a little affirmation post-it notes on my monitor saying that I'm smart, skilled, and deserving of great things. It was a silly thing my therapist recommended for me to get into a confident mindset before an interview. Anyways, she made a comment about my ego. But as a joke, I decided to do it again. I had my best friend over and we got wine drunk and wrote a bunch of affirmations to hide. Some were medicine cabinet, my teeth will regrow, I am shark-like and powerful. Kitchen drawers, I know when to spoon, but I also know when to fork. I'm sexy and self-assured. Work desk, I will not just adult fund my... I will not just adult fun time my way to the top of the company. I will adult fun time my way to the top of the world. Walk-in closet. I am beautiful with clothes and without, especially without. My boobs are legendary. There were a bunch more, and my friends and I had a hilarious time writing them. Next time my mother-in-law came over, she saw a few, and she didn't acknowledge them to me, even though she definitely started acting a little weird about me. I went to run some errands, and when I was out, she confronted Al about the notes and was trying to tell him that I seemed unstable, egotistical, and moving in was a bad idea. She showed him the notes, and he didn't really know what to make of it. He asked me, and I said they were there just to be some silly private notes to boost my confidence and make myself laugh. How had she gotten them? Had she been going through my things? He said that she was just tidying when she saw them, and they were really weird. I was like, have you met me? You should know how weird I am. Anyways, if you don't want your mom seeing my weird stuff, you've got to stop letting her go through my stuff. He asked if I left them there on purpose to annoy her, and I admitted that it was kind of a joke, but I also have other weird private stuff. So what about her needing to stay out of my stuff if she didn't want to find weird stuff? So this was for real. He said I was making stuff hard for him. His mom was really protective and adjusting him to moving in with a girlfriend for the first time. And I was agitating her on purpose to make her think I wouldn't be a good partner when he wanted to have the opposite impression of me. Am I the jerk for my note prank? Alright, folks. What do you think of this one? Do you think that OP is the jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk, but why are you still with him?
That's my thoughts here, right? How old is this guy? How old is he? Do we get an idea about how old is he? Are you moving in with a 16-year-old OP? Because that's what it seems like. I think somebody has a serious case of being their mother's child too much. A mommy's boy? I don't really want to phrase it that way because I feel like that's rude, but like, who is he? Who's your fiance? Who is he a fiance to? You, OP, or his mom? Because it sure sounds like there's a little bit of a close relationship there. Like, he doesn't have to answer to his mom. Why has he not moved in? OP, there's so many unanswered questions here. You can have notes around your house that say the weirdest stuff that you can possibly think of, and there shouldn't be any judgment because it's your house. She is looking for reasons for him not to move in with you because she wants to keep him swaddled forever here. Like, She just sees him as her little baby, and that he needs to be taken care of, and she's going to make sure that her son is taken care of here. It's time to cut the umbilical cord. if you have to do it, OP, then do so. I mean, this is just such a bad situation because I'm sure he has the best of intentions, but he really just needs to, like, take a step back and be like, look, Ma, I'm an adult. Keep your nose out of my girlfriend's stuff. Leave us alone. We're adults. We can do adult things. So, yeah, OP, I don't think that you're a jerk in this situation, but I really think that your boyfriend has some serious mommy issues. Let's put it that way. Not the jerk, she's snooping through your home, and I've gone further and left little notes like, nobody likes a snoop, and you aren't welcome to go through my things, but yours were pretty funny. It's a red flag that if your fiance stands up for her invading your privacy like that. Yeah, it is. And OP replies, haha, I was thinking of a set of butt plugs increasing in size to the absurdity where it'd be pretty funny, but pointed notes could be too. Yeah, I feel so frustrated because he was okay with her doing it in his apartment because she actually would help with laundry and dishes and he appreciated that. But in my house, it's different because his stuff isn't here. It's not even our stuff. It's 95% of my stuff because I've lived here for 7 years and furnished it and bought everything. And he's moved in after selling his furniture and only bringing a closet full of things and some gadgets. So she's going through the house. It's not his stuff or even shared stuff. She's just going through my stuff. And I'm not really cool with that because I don't want my guests helping with my laundry or looking at my dirty mugs. I think on the not funny side of things, I might just sit her down and say, I've lived alone for 6 years. I live in a way that makes my home feel like a home. And part of that is not keeping anything but the living room and guest room presentable for guests. So I'm uncomfortable with her as my guest going through the other rooms without asking or looking at my stuff. Yeah, that's very reasonable. Most people don't want their bedroom, viewed by guests in the house. All right, well, we'll stop for some tea time here. Today I've got mint tea, and I like mint tea. I know it's like a basic kind of tea here that I have often, but it also helps with the reading too. Like if you're reading a lot, then it tends to be like, oh, mint tea is nice and soothing. It's a nice hot beverage. So yeah, I enjoy my mint tea when I read these videos because it helps me read. Let's get back to it. Our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for badly reacting to my house being rearranged? Before you come at me, hear me out. Obligatory throwaway account in case this gets seen. I went interstate to see my mother over the Christmas period. I had asked my boyfriend to look after my cat and house sit while I was away. I said to him not to have anyone over, which included mother-in-law. I think it's a pretty reasonable request. While I was away, boyfriend secretly had mother-in-law over to my house under the guise of meeting the cat. Mother-in-law got it in her head that I needed to tidy up, so they set to work tidying up while I was gone. I asked boyfriend not to get too carried away and not to touch anything that could be classified as rearranging. I thought I made myself very clear on my stance about this. Boyfriend actively lied to me about not having anyone over while I was away. I come home, boyfriend picks me up from the airport to tell me that my father is coming to my flat to see me. I thought the flat was still the way I wanted it, when we get through the door to my flat and absolutely everything has been changed. I walk around and lose my mind saying that boyfriend, I told him not to go overboard. I started crying because he didn't respect my wishes and told me that mother-in-law had been there to help him. I lose it even more finding out that mother-in-law, who is a first-class snooper, has been in my apartment touching my things and putting my life on display. Boyfriend got up on arms because I was being ungrateful, and I said to him that I didn't want this. That's right, OP, you're being ungrateful over the thing that you don't want. Why are you being so ungrateful about us rearranging your house? I didn't ask for this at all, and to find out the mother-in-law had been here without my permission made me really mad. I said to him that he should have consulted me first about the changes that he was going to make instead of just doing it and making me learn to like it. My dad came over and I was in a foul mood just learning that my privacy and my home had been violated. Dad thought I was being unreasonable about the state of my house, and boyfriend and mother-in-law made it look like no one lives there. I stood my ground and said that it was too much change, and now they have made it so that I can't change it back. Boyfriend says that I was a jerk because of my reaction to this. I am starting to think that I am, but I also feel like it was a healthy reaction to someone completely turning your house upside down without you knowing. So, am I the jerk? Edit, I've had a few people asking if I'm a hoarder or have these types of tendencies, and the answer is no, I am not. I have no problems throwing stuff away. I usually keep a relatively tidy house, to be honest. It doesn't look like a desire in our home, but it's lived in. All right, folks, what do you think here? Do you think that OP is the jerk or not the jerk here?
Not the jerk.
I mean, I would be hard-pressed to blame OP for this situation, like their reaction here. They had a healthy reaction to somebody going through their stuff. I mean, your boyfriend, like, violated your privacy, he violated your trust, and he's playing it off as you are being the ungrateful one. This is not, he is just trying to change the subject here. Like, he's literally trying to change the topic at hand here so that you will ignore what the real problem is. The real problem is that he rearranged your house and violated your trust by inviting the mother-in-law over. And anything short of that, just readdress the point. Just be like, no, you invited your mother over without telling me and rearranged my house. I'm not being ungrateful. And then dump him. I mean, how can you trust him in the future not to do something like this? You really just can't. Like, this was just, I honestly don't think that you're overreacting here. And I think that he is just acting like a trash human being by doing this and presenting it as some great favor. No, if this was going to be something that he wanted to do as a surprise, he should have had you on board with it first. He should have had your explicit permission to rearrange the house in whatever way that he saw fit. And then, yeah, maybe you would have had no grounds to be ungrateful at that point in time, right? Because you would have had an agreement. But you could have still had it put back the way you wanted it to, even if that were the case. It sounds like they've rearranged things fundamentally where you can't put it back to where it was, and that I'm a little confused about. So, yeah, hopefully you can rearrange your house and have it the way you like it. That's kind of my thoughts. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk in the slightest. That's the end of a relationship level boundary violating. I'm curious, why can't you put it back the way it was? Did he go as far as to make structural changes or sell your belongings? That would be lawsuit time. And OP replies, he's filled the empty spaces with furnitures that I can't lift or move, so I have to keep it the way he put it. Oh, he bought a whole second TV cabinet, so I can't put things back. Wow. Are you kidding me? He's like, put new furniture in your house? This is...
Dump him.
Yeah, this is like... I mean, this is just over the top. It really is over the top. Not the jerk, I agree. This is end of relationship level. I know that the sub often is quick to say dump him, but girl, dump him. You have to understand that as long as you're in this relationship with this man, your life is going to be like this. Full of moments like this where you feel disrespected because hopefully your soon-to-be ex and mother-in-law think that they know better and just ignore your wishes. A man cannot respect and prioritize his partner over his mother, usually doesn't change, and it's your life. Do you really want to live like that? Ask a friend for help to get your stuff back to its original places, sell everything he bought, and get your safe place back. This is such a huge violation. It's your home, your space. He ignored your wishes. Your mother-in-law ignored your wishes. Of course you're going to react badly. You specifically asked for something really simple. Don't let anyone in my house. That's not hard. This is some stupid power play. Yeah, just think about it like this. If you can't trust your partner to be in your space and not violate it, how is this going to be a healthy relationship? And to expect for you to be grateful, that's absurd. Don't listen to anyone that says that you're in the wrong. The violation of trust is clear in this situation. Hope you get your home back the way you want it and you feel better. Alright, our next letter is titled, Am I the jerk for refusing to pay for my daughter's boyfriend's meal? I'm a mother of a 24-year-old daughter, Christine. Christine moved back into our hometown after obtaining her college degree and met her current boyfriend, Simon, 30. I'm not a big fan of Simon, but we're civil enough around each other. The other day, I called Christine to invite her for lunch, and she agreed to come. Unbeknownst to me, she brought Simon with her. I was slightly bothered, but only since I was looking for an ordinary mother-daughter lunch to catch up with stuff. I welcomed her and Simon, and as far as ordering food, I ordered the usual for Christine, but Simon went over the menu and picked many stuff, including a drink. Now, this didn't bother me because I figured he would be paying for his stuff, but apparently this was not the case. But the bill came, and I told Simon and Christine that I was only paying for myself and Christine. Simon asked why that was, and I told him because I didn't invite him. He let out a loud, "Oh, come on now, what?" And Christine asked if I was serious. I told her yes, because I only invited her, didn't I? She said that I was being rude and unwelcoming of Simon, and he took the time to drop what he was doing to come and join us, but quite frankly, I told her that this wasn't what I planned. She got offended and said that they're both one, and I should pay for either of them or not pay at all. I told her that this was not fair to both her and I, but she said that it was not fair to Simon. I asked her if he had the money to pay, and he shook his head no. I apologized and still stuck to paying for myself and Christine, but she refused to let me, saying that I either pay for both of them or not at all. I asked her if that's what she really wanted, and she nodded. I said okay then, and paid for myself and left. Clearly, Christine had no money as well, and they had to wait for a friend to pay for them at the restaurant, and Christine was upset about that. She called me and said that I not only disrespected Simon and made him feel unwelcome, but I also bailed on them by only paying for myself and leaving, and stuck them in a horrible situation, begging a friend for help. She said she's hurt, and Simon's hurt, and they both expect an apology and money their friend paid, since it's a debt that they need to return now. I told her it was her doing for bringing an uninvited person with her and then insisting that I pay for both of them or not at all. She argued that I was trying to avoid responsibility and I should make it up to them if I cared about our relationship, but I said that won't happen because I don't owe them anything. Things got worse between us, and now I might think that I might have caused this by not paying for both of them. Am I the jerk? Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
You know, I absolutely have a hard time blaming OP in this situation. Like, if your daughter had called you or asked you, "Oh, hey, can I bring Simon along?" And you would have probably said, "Oh, I really rather you didn't. I want this to be a mother-daughter type thing. But if he does come along, he can pay for himself," right? So I really honestly think it would be just reasonable for you to do what you did. She didn't expect you to call her bluff. And I mean, she asked you not to pay for her, so you did exactly what she asked you not to do. So, not the jerk. Not the jerk, stick to your guns. He was an unwelcome and uninvited, who doesn't bring their wallet when they weren't even invited. Exactly. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. And if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.